Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys and Tyron Smith are in talks because in our previous video, when we talked about Tyron Smith and the Cowboys and what they were going to do, we knew he was coming back, and really one of the biggest questions I posed was, okay, are they going to touch his contract? What's this going to mean if he's a starter and all this other stuff? Today we're going to go over all of that, so sit back, relax, and let's dive straight into it. Now, before we begin today's video, if you guys could do me a favor and hit the like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, subscribe if you're new and hit the notification bell as well. The average is continuing to drop. We are now at 84%, so please, let's keep up the hard work and let's keep moving that number down. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please make sure to do so. And with it, you get more Cowboys content. So let's talk about this Tyron Smith situation. So we know that the Dallas Cowboys want to keep Tyron Smith. They've made that abundantly clear and said that he's going to be on the team in 2023. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. However, what has been questioned is his cap hit. Now, he is set to have a $17.6 million cap hit in 2023, which would be the final year of the deal. And, of course, you have a little bit of money that hits in 2024. But the biggest thing is okay, how much of a pay cut is he taking? Does this mean that they don't value him as a starter? Because I've seen some people talk about that. So the first thing is this is the Dallas Cowboys we're talking about. From what they want to do, they want to have the best five, and odds are they're going to get that. You know, you're going to play Tyron Smith at left tackle, however, at a reduced rate, because knowing his availability, that's important. And honestly, if you decide to reduce his rate a whole lot, maybe the Cowboys value him as a swing tackle. But again, I had to be real with you guys about how the Cowboys operate, because this isn't like how I would want to do it, which would be you play Tyler Smith at left tackle, and Tyron Smith's your, swing tackle moving forward, which, by the way, what could a reduced rate look like? Well, it could look somewhere between he goes from 17 million down to 8 million, or maybe he's at 10 million. Some people say maybe as low as 5. I think that you could be looking at a pay reduction of between maybe, if he's making $17.6 million right now, you're probably looking at a pay reduction of maybe $8 to $12 million, which is a lot. That's definitely a way to open up some cap space. Now, the question is will Tyron be open to that, which I don't think he's going to play for any other team, and I think he wants to finish out the contract. So, hey, you know what? Let me just rework it. Now, if the Cowboys do it to where they extend him, like they give him like another 2 years or 3 years on top of that, and it's a much reduced rate, I have a feeling instead of him being a starter long term, it's just going to be him being a swing tackle. But again, this is speculation because we don't know what kind of contract we're looking at. But we need to go over all the possible scenarios because, you got to learn how to read the tea leaves of how this thing works. Because if he comes back and the money is starter level money, you're not going to place him on the bench for that. And even though I would prefer you kind of just rip the Band-Aid off and say goodbye and you go draft a guy, unfortunately, we don't live in that reality. So Tyron Smith's coming back. You get a reduced cap hit. Well, if you do reduce his cap hit, then what ends up happening is then you can work your way to get under the salary cap and also make way for moves, because we talked about how the Cowboys, they want to extend Dak Prescott, which would save them a ton of money. Then this would save them a lot of money as well. And then you can, let a couple other guys go if you would like. But where we stand right now, guys, Tyron Smith having a reduced cap hit would definitely be helpful. But my question to you, and this is kind of what is internally plaguing me, is does it make sense to bring Tyron Smith back if he's your starter at left tackle? For me, it doesn't. I think that if it were up to me, I would try to have him be the swing tackle guy. I'm not the biggest fan of, holding on to guys, especially when you can see where they're at in their career. I think Tyron Smith would be better service to being a swing tackle guy because the dude's going to get hurt. We have not seen him play a full season in such a long time, and let alone like half a season. We've only seen him do that in 2021. I think he played 10 games, but then you've only played 2 games and 3 games in 2020 and 2021. too. Like, that's a lot of time missed. And I think that's where we're worried is, does this mean that the Cowboys are trying to place their eggs into a basket that might fall apart? And that's what scares me. So I think the game plan is, let's see how they rework the deal. If that comes to fruition, and then we'll see what the money looks like, and then we'll make a determination on, hey, is he going to be a starter? Is he going to be a swing tackle? Is this going to be one of those situations where he starts and then they slowly pull him out of the lineup? That could be it, but let's just keep in mind how they go about drafting things, because they could be in a situation where maybe they draft an offensive lineman. If they do that, oh my goodness, this conversation gets a hell of a lot more awkward. So with that being said, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Wanted to go over the situation and the possibilities as well. Feel free to let me know down below what you guys think about it. Do you think we should bring Tyron Smith back? Do you think it's a good thing they're reworking the contract and what it would mean for you? Tell me all that down below. With that being said, this is Space Cowboy Media signing out. Have a good one.